Hi guys, my name is Janelle, and today, in honor of Taurus season, I would love to give you guys a lecture on how you can be an unbothered legend in good Taurian fashion. But before we get into it, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, what are you doing with your life? And if you would love some private coaching to help you manifest what you want in life or navigate through your interpersonal relationships, because I'm good at them, you can email me at 6amsociety@gmail.com. Or you can come find me on Fiverr. I know I said I wasn't doing Fiverr anymore, but you know what? I figured wherever people want to contact me, it's okay with me. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so the first thing that I want to teach you guys, or rather make you guys realize, is that at the end of the day, when people go to sleep at night, they're thinking about themselves and their own problems. They're not thinking about you and your mistakes and the things you've done that have embarrassed you or what you're doing with your life. People don't go to sleep at night thinking about the fact that you've dropped out of college or that you, I don't know, XYZ, anything that you deem as embarrassing. And there are two different ways that you could choose to see this. You could either say, "Oh, people aren't thinking about me, boo-hoo-hoo," or you could say, "Woo, people aren't thinking about me, yeah, that means I can do anything that I want." So, you should choose to see it the positive way. Okay, the second thing that I want to make you guys realize is that if you have haters, that's a proof that you're relevant. That's a proof that you're a living legend. Think about Charlie D'Amelio and Addison Rae. Is it just me, or to me it seems that they have as many haters as they have fans? For every person who thinks that they don't deserve all their followers or that they don't deserve all their money, there's a 13-year-old worshiping them. And it's because there's this phenomenon in psychology where hate and love are very closely related to each other, and it all has to do with the impact or the importance that you have on people's lives. So you might think that it's easier to go from being liked by someone to being loved by someone, but it's actually way easier to go from being hated by someone to being loved by someone, because if you're just liked by someone or just mildly disliked by someone, you don't matter to that person that much, right? So if you have haters, which, by the way, most people who think they have haters don't even. I hate when I see people on their stories, them haters want to see me fail. I'm like, who are you even talking about? But I'm just saying, let's say that you do have haters, okay? Cool. It means that you're important and relevant, and when you die one day, people will still talk about you. I don't know, maybe. The third thing that I want to make you legends realize is that if you have enemies, that's actually a good thing, because enemies have way more to prove than friends do. If anything, you should always be very wary and careful of your friends, because they kind of know too much. And friends grow complacent and spoiled. Enemies, on the other hand, have way more to prove to you, so you can actually use your enemies to do favors for you. If you have enemies, just simply embrace the quote, "Keep your friends close and your enemies closer." The fourth thing that I want to make you guys realize is that if you have haters, well, I guess that kind of goes hand in hand with the second thing that I said, but whatever. If you have haters, that's an opportunity for you to have a really cool haters to lovers trope and feel like you're the main character and like your life is a movie. Relationships of any nature, like friendships, romantic relationships, any relationship that started out as you hating that person, are the strongest relationships. It's like there's a weird psychology to it. Okay, so now in order to be a true unbothered legend, comment down below, "I am an unbothered legend." The fifth thing that I want to let you guys know is that I want you guys to stay focused on your goals and your life and the things that you're good at. Keep your eyes on the mark and don't blink. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because if you think about it, if you're thinking about someone thinking about you, as I said earlier in this video, people most likely aren't thinking about you half as much as you think they do. But just for the sake of the argument, let's say that they do. Okay, so they think about you. They're losers. They don't have a life. They're not focused on themselves. They would rather be focused on you because they think you're more interesting than them. I don't fucking know. If you think about them thinking about you, you're technically thinking about them as much as they're thinking about you. Aren't you lowering yourself to their level? Aren't you not better than them? They're thinking about you, yes, but you're thinking about them thinking about you. So that's why I say that I want you guys to focus on yourselves, because, and I don't mean to sound patronizing or insult you guys, but I'm just saying, personally, the more that I'm focused on my life, the less I have time to even think about or ponder who's thinking about me. I've been posting a video every single day on YouTube. Why? Because maybe some people don't like my YouTube channel, but I don't have the time to think about it. And I also don't care because I'm busy. I'm keeping myself busy and I love what I do. And yeah, so there's definitely, you definitely have a role to play in this as well. Like, they're thinking about, okay, so they're thinking about you. Why are you thinking about them thinking about you? That means you're thinking about them too. Think about yourself, bitch, or else you will never be an unbothered legend. The 6th tip that I want to give you guys is that I want you guys to think about persons who have been humiliated worse than you and pulled it off and pick themselves back up. I love Paris Hilton because when she was 18, there was a sex tape that came out because her ex-boyfriend didn't tell her that he would post it, and he did. And everyone was talking shit about her and saying that she was wild and out of control. Do you see what she's doing now? She's a boss bitch. Do you guys know how much money she makes for her DJing gigs? She's a DJ. She makes like 5 million per DJ gig. Another really good example that I have of this is there is this YouTuber from Toronto. It's a girl and I really love her and I follow her, but I'm not going to say her name in case that some people don't know what I'm talking about and I don't want them to go search it up. But she was dating a hockey player on the Toronto Maple Leafs and they were laying in bed naked and she took like a video of them for her Snapchat story. And he was like sucking on her nipples, whatever, they were just joking around. And her Snapchat got hacked and that video was leaked for the world to see. So everyone saw her tits and her boyfriend dumped her like a week later. Can you imagine how she felt? She actually made a video speaking about this and she was like, I literally thought that I would never get a boyfriend again. And yet now she has a boyfriend who treats her really well and he's good looking. I'm so happy for her. And I remember there was also this girl that I went to high school with who sent a video of herself fingering herself or something like that to a guy. And it leaked and all the guys that went to my high school saw that video. And I remember thinking like she'll never get a boyfriend again. She did. She got the guy that she always wanted. I've also been through things myself that I was embarrassed of and that like made me not want to go to school anymore. And my mom always used to tell me, if you show up with your head high and a smile on your face, people are going to assume that you're over it. And the way that social psychology works, the quicker you get over it, the quicker everybody else will get over it too. You just show up, you smile, you keep going, life goes on. Other people are going to make mistakes after you that will take over and replace what you've done. But sometimes if you get too caught up in your bubble of self-pity and self-victimization and being paranoid, you forget that, right? You think, oh, it's the end of the world, my life is over. No, it's not. You just made a mistake and people will be over it in six months, maybe in less, 2 months. It's never over. It's never too late to pick yourself back up, unless you're a child molester, or a terrorist, or a rapist. Apart from that, you can always pick yourself back up, right? If you have a victim narrative and you keep bringing it up, but if you have a victim narrative and it's been 2 years since that thing happened to you and you keep bringing it up, then no shit, people won't forget about what you did. You keep bringing it up. So you play a role in this as well. Like, forget about it, pretend it never happened, and people also will. All right, guys, so the 7th and final thing that I want to bring up is that antidepressants help. Before I started medicating my anxiety, I remember when something happened to me that like someone did me wrong, or that I failed at something, or I made a mistake, or something happened to me that embarrassed me, I would literally think about it for like 2 months. And ever since I started medicating my anxiety, something happens to me, I don't even blink. I'm like, ah, cool. You need to find a way. Maybe you're not going to have to go on medication like me. Maybe you don't have anxiety as severe as mine, or maybe you don't have anxiety altogether. But I'm just saying, whether you go on medications or not, whether you have anxiety or not, you should find a way to be able to go to your place of, oh, okay, moving on. Like, you need to be able to discipline your mind to not overthink stuff and not linger on stuff for too long. Okay guys, I think that's enough for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it, but I know that you did if you watched the whole way through. Don't lie to yourself, you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye.